Hello everybody! Today we're going to be taking a look at this. The Wolfbox MegaFlow 24 Pro air compressor, tire inflator, power bank, LED light, and I'm sure it can do a whole bunch of other things we don't even know yet. But why don't we just go ahead and get started by popping open the box. And what we find inside is a very nice carrying case. Just going to look great in the trunk. Hopefully you don't need this all that often. And so unzip around the sides. It's pretty nice, high quality textured hard case. And let's see what we've got. So we've got a charging cable, 12 volt on one end and a power plug on the other, so we can charge this while we're driving or from 12 volt power outlet in the vehicle. We've got the air hose, which we absolutely will need, and a USB-C. So neat thing about this Wolfbox Mega Pro 24 Pro, whatever it is it's also got a 12,000 milliamp hour battery built in, so it is rechargeable. Oh, and look, we even get the standard inflation needle, so if you need to pump up your football, basketball, other things on the go, you can do that too. So it's nice to have those in the box. But the 12,000 milliamp hour battery, which is equivalent about 2 to 3 regular power banks for your phone or other related electronic accessories. So it not only powers the air compressor here, but you can use it to power whatever else you want. So neat thing about this one, it's got a 150 psi capacity, so certainly a lot higher than most other air compressors that you'll find, and it's a pretty solid unit. I'd say this weighs a good 6 to 8 pounds. The other neat thing about the air compressor in here is most air compressors you'll find are single cylinder air compressors. This actually runs dual cylinder, so there's 2 cylinders in here kind of firing away to get you those high inflation pressures and get your tires pumped up very quickly. So what we've got here is our Rivian R1S, which has 33-inch tall wheels on 22-inch rims. So it seems to be a pretty reasonable test for how well this thing does. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect up the air hose in here. I doubt you're going to want to watch that. And then we'll turn it on and get started. So one end of the air hose here just screws into the top. It's got this nice silicone grip here to make it easy to make sure that that's secure. Other end of the hose here also has a silicone grip and looks almost like brass on that end. So just get our nozzle here. The other thing I should note is even with these 33-inch tall tires and 22-inch rims, if you've got this sitting vertically like we do, you can see here this could fill nozzles near the top, bottom, or anywhere else, just as it's standing up here. So even though this looks like a relatively short cable, I believe it's about 20 inches long, it is enough to reach most normal car and truck tires that you're going to run into. There we go. So I'm just going to tilt this over so you guys can see a little better. We got a power switch here in the middle, plus and minus here to raise and lower the target inflation pressure. A couple other buttons, probably for the light and the power bank, I would guess. So I'm just going to put this down to make this easier. Just going to press and hold, power on. It's a little tricky to see the display with the glare. You can see we're at 46.2 psi here. I need to charge the battery at some point. We're about 46 psi. Target set at 36. You can see we can adjust the target here. Let's shoot for about 50 and go. And now we're pumping. Just pull that for 2 seconds and it'll start going. I should mention, and it's a little difficult to see, but here at the top of the screen, there are a few different pre-programmed modes. So if I press this M button here, see that's set to car, and that's motorcycle. Press it again and move to bicycle. and balls, and you'll see here it's changing the target inflation pressure. So, and then you can kind of max it out if you want by not picking any of them. But typical car tires, 36 psi, motorcycles 34, bikes at 30, and beach balls and basketballs, footballs at 8. But you can, like I said, mention with the up and down, change those to whatever you feel like. And I missed it when it hit exactly 50 psi, but did I mention it's got automatic stop? Well, I just did. Set it for 50 psi and it stopped itself at 50 psi. That's about as easy as it gets. One thing I'll also mention is if the battery's dead because you've had it sitting in your trunk for a while, if you do plug in the 12-volt power supply to the top and plug it into a 12-volt source in your car, you preferably want to have the engine running while you're doing it so you don't drain your car battery. But then you can use it immediately. So as you can see here, it's powered on even though our battery was close to dead before, and it's ready to go. So it doesn't always have to be charged up and doesn't always have to run on the battery. You can run it directly off your vehicle's 12-volt power supply like you can with any normal air compressor. So thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, try and get a little bit away from the compressor noise. If you found it helpful, please do throw up a like, consider subscribing, and we'll join you on the next one.